Welcome. This channel is for high agency professionals who want to think more strategically about leverage, positioning, optionality, and long term economic resilience. Each week, we'll explore the systems, decisions, and hidden dynamics that shape career growth, income potential, and professional opportunity. Let's get into it. Capability alone does not create leverage. There's a common assumption behind this. Many people are taught that if you get better at what you do, gain more experience, and create more value, then over time, opportunity should naturally flow. Sometimes it does, but not always, because capability and leverage are not the same thing. You can become significantly more capable while seeing very little change in opportunity, influence, flexibility, or even income. And that sets up an important pattern. This is one of the most common patterns I've seen throughout my career. People become incredibly skilled at solving problems. They become the person others rely on. They create value that is obvious to them because they're living it every day. But much of what they value remains invisible to everyone else. The people making decisions often don't see the complexity being managed, the problems being prevented, or the expertise being applied behind the scenes. Not because the capability isn't there, because capability does not automatically explain itself. And that creates a very specific gap. And that gap leads to something important. Capability is where the process starts, not where it ends. First, people have to recognize that capability exists. Then they have to understand what it means. Then they need enough understanding to take action. Only after those steps can leverage emerge. Capability alone is not enough because in most cases, the breakdown happens in this chain. The value has to become understandable before it can influence decisions. One reason this happens is because some of the most valuable work is difficult to see. Complex problem solving is difficult to quantify. Strategic thinking is difficult to measure. Informal leadership often happens behind the scenes. Cross-functional influence rarely fits neatly into a title, and the more nuanced the contribution becomes, the harder it is for others to interpret its full value. Many people can explain what they do, far fewer can explain why it matters, or what changes because of it, or what problem it solves. And that distinction matters because leverage is not created by capability alone. Leverage is created when someone else can understand the value that capability produces. The same capability can produce very different outcomes depending on how it is interpreted. Experience without context can seem ordinary. Skills without outcomes can seem interchangeable. Knowledge without application can seem theoretical. And expertise without relevance can go unnoticed. People rarely respond to capability itself. They respond to what they understand about it, and understanding shapes decisions. This is where many people get stuck. They assume capability has value simply because it exists. But leverage doesn't come from capability existing. Leverage comes from capability influencing decisions. A referral is a decision. A promotion is a decision. A client purchase or partnership and an opportunity are decisions. Leverage emerges when capability becomes clear enough that it changes what other people do. So a useful question becomes this. If someone encountered your expertise today, would they understand it? Would they understand what you actually do? Why it matters? What problems it solves? And why they should care? Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because understanding is often the bridge between capability and leverage. Capability matters, but capability alone does not create leverage. Leverage emerges when capability becomes recognizable, understandable, and actionable. Some people genuinely need more capability, but many highly capable people already possess the expertise they need. The challenge is that the value of that expertise is not yet clear enough for other people to recognize, understand, and act upon. And until that happens, capability often remains underleveraged. But even when capability is recognized and understood, there's another challenge that often gets in the way. Many smart, capable people make decisions that are far more complex than they need to be. And complexity has a way of creating friction where leverage should exist. We'll look at that next week in the next video. If these kinds of strategic conversations are useful for you, subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like deeper frameworks, tools, and insights on leverage, positioning, optionality, and strategic growth, you can also subscribe to the Strategic Operator newsletter. Link is in the description. You'll find additional resources in the description as well.